Hello and welcome to Team Fortress TV. This is Admirable, CommanderX joining me tonight instead of Kratos. Is that an upgrade? You decide. And we got Sim running the stream back from a long wintry break there. You can't hear what he's saying, but a sigh of relief there. He's just glad to be back in the hot seat. We're here for the ETF2L Season 20 Premiership Qualifiers. It's going to be Lego versus Team Colonslash. The Danes versus the French. That's a bit of a generalization, but close enough, right, CX?
Yeah, give or take. But yeah, I'm looking forward to it. I've not really watched a lot of TF2 lately. I'm not really too aware of much going on. I've very much a last-minute replacement, so you're going to have to fill me in on a lot of this.
No problem, buddy. Well, the whole qualifiers came as a little bit of a surprise to me. I only realised that we were going to be casting a game last night whenever I was doing preparation for the Archimedes Cup side, so I was like, oh, have you seen these qualifiers? So the first game was Lego, or no, it was Cplay.tv versus Publiclear, aka Saints, and we missed the very start of Badlands, but we came in, I think it was 5-1 or 6-1 on Badlands, and then 3-0 to Cplay on Viaduct. They were just much more together as a team, a lot more coordination, a lot more cohesiveness, but it turns out after that, then I was talking to Onkaya immediately after the match because they were in our mumble for interview and Kaya stayed and he was chatting and then he says, oh shit, Hank's dropped from the team, and then I was like, okay, chatting away, went to bed, I went offline, and I came on later and Sonny Black had messaged me to say that Saints had dropped, so they decided to fold whatever went down. It seemed like they weren't having fun, but they just looked pretty terrible anyway, so maybe a blessing in disguise. But I think some of their players have been snapped up already. Butno's picking up Hank for his team. I'm not sure if that's going to happen or not, but drama unfolded. So that meant that the playoffs, there's going to be 3 teams fighting for 2 spots instead of 4 teams fighting for 2 spots. So the playoff structure has changed a little bit on the fly. Instead of the top 2 automatically, or the 2 winners of the game last night and tonight going through, they have to play off again on Thursday. So it's the winners will play off Thursday 20 CET, and then the loser of that game will play the loser of this game. So it's not like double or single elimination. You know, they get a second chance. So I don't think anyone can complain if they don't make the cut to get into Prem. But originally there was supposed to be 3 spots, CX, but LBC in the 11th hour there just appeared out of nowhere last night to say that they actually did want to play, having said at the weekend that they didn't want to play, but it was Bull, the man who changed his mind. So, you know, so much Premiership drama going on here.
Is it a full LBC team? Like, the same as last season?
Yeah, it seems to be.
Oh, that's nice.
They actually played Team Colonslash in warm-up. Sim said they were running some strange unlocks, you know, they're still getting the direct hit out of their system, whatever, but it was Flippy Flip, Tech, T-Mac, Exxon, Bull. They had a sub for one of the maps. They actually won the map they had the sub for, and then when T-Mac came, they lost Process. So, you know, maybe T-Mac's going to be getting cut for this random guy. Let me see what his ETF2L name is. Leo. I'm not entirely familiar with him, but a French player called Leo was working for them. I took a look at the Lego logs as well, CX, and they lost both of their warm-up games to Sideshow's new team, but they're a pretty formidable roster anyway. They've got like Nuki and Aston there on Scout. Like, even if you got a terrible soldier like Sideshow, it's still going to be an absolute pain in the ass to play against those Scouts. So Sideshow, he messaged me straight after his game and he said, Lego are better than before. Their Scouts are P good. Sorix, good pickup, and they don't play as pussy without F2 and natural. Still a bit pussy though. Then I pointed out that he was bottom damage both maps.
Well, that's his excuse. We're playing too passive for him to do any damage. So I'm looking through the lineups right now, and I recognise pretty much the entirety of the Lego roster, but I'm seeing quite a few new names on the TC side of things. The only players I really recognise are Kalari, Ramagan, and Smurf.
Yeah.
Do you know much more?
Diablo Zen, his name always, throws me in a loop. He's sort of journeyman French medic. He's pretty good. You see him a lot of those French lands. I couldn't say for sure which team he played for last. Maybe, but Smurf, I always thought was German. Who apparently is French, and Knight. I don't even know.
Yeah, I used to play in Smurf. I played with him first in Div 2 when I originally stepped in after Loco stepped down as medic of the Devil's Rejects. Back in God knows how many years ago, if anyone remembers Loco or the Devil's Reject. There's going to be 3 people in chat team right now. Yeah, there's going to be 3 people and you in that chat who's going to love that reference.
I'm smiling right now.
Loco memories.
He messages me now and again on Steam just to chat. He seems to be living the good life. Where is he? He lives the Isle of Wight or the Isle of Man? One of the islands? One of the Channel Islands?
No idea.
Anyway, he's not playing anymore. That's all you need to know.
I'm excited to see Josh in a like a proper Prem contender team. I trialed with a team he played for last, the Hello Kitty Ninjas. The ones he finished, I think, second in Div 1 last season, was it? And it was always very impressive to play with, sort of knew what he's doing, and just has a knack for just getting around, creating havoc on that soldier Roman class.
Yeah, he probably is the best Irish player left standing.
This side of a mic.
So yeah, his team, Hello Kitty Ninjas, they finished second, and then they were supposed to play Cool Clan in that relegation playoff, but Cool Clan couldn't field the team. But then a month later, anyway, they folded, or shortly after, so they didn't actually claim their spot in the Prem. But Josh is here trying to fight out. Sorex, I suppose, was also back up for Cool Clan, so they are looking to get in there. Josh and Sorex and Dr. Phil as well play Highlander together, so there's definitely some previous team history here as well. The big question mark, I guess, is Beater on Medic, who I understand is a soldier. Is he?
Yes.
He's playing Medic, right? And Phil on Pocket?
Yes. Who's Demo Man, Ben? Is Phil not Demo Man?
Yeah. That's the one.
Yeah, I don't know, it'll be interesting. I've never really seen Beta Medic in any capacity, so I don't know what his experience is like. We'll have to wait and find out. Also, just a quick, because obviously Crizzle who's playing as well, like, is he going to be because he was Roma last time, so is he now on Pocket, or is Josh stepping in as Pocket?
I think Josh must be Pocket, because, well, at least I see Crizzle warming up on gunboats, maybe. Yeah, Josh has got the shotgun as well, so that's pretty much official. Josh is Pocket.
Detective team TFTV get to the bottom of another mystery.
Oh, I'll whip out the logs too. I'll see what sort of heals he was getting there. 40% Pocket heals, decent. 34 on the other map. But as I say, they weren't able to get it together to beat Sideshow's team. But I like going into an official on the back of 2 losses. You don't get any false sense of security there. Like if you go in and get an easy win, you know your shit if you come in on 2 losses, or you know what you have to work on. I mean, like, it's all been laid out there for you. So as long as your team morale's good, I like going in with a loss, or at least a close game into an official. Maybe I've never actually gone in with a win in the warm up into an official. That might be it. CX.
A loss or a draw is the best you've managed going into an official. So you don't know if the grass is really greener.
Yeah, I wonder if these guys are waiting for us, because they've been sitting on the server with 12 for a long time, but I don't have any messages on Steam. I'm just gonna tell Josh to ready the fuck up. Gotta talk to these Irish people as the only words they'll understand. Lots of vulgarity.
So, obviously we seem to be starting on process. Again, not seeing a lot of these teams, can't really comment on it, but is it map picks? How are the maps decided? Does Permzilla pull them out of a hat?
Phil says they're live in 90. So, yeah, it was eliminations and picks, but the way it worked out, Lego picked process, so this is map 1. Team Colonslash have picked Snakewater, and it will be the Badlands decider. No one wanted to play the new maps, or they didn't want to play Logjam, they didn't want to play Sunshine. Those were the first 2 eliminations. I think Gullywash actually got dropped first, but they didn't fancy the new maps.
Do you want to throw it? You go. I
was going to ask you, have you witnessed or played any Sunshine? You're saying you've been a little bit inactive.
I played bits of it. I enjoy it, but not at like anything above a double mix level, so it's hard to really comment on the map. Sort of to its full integrity. Every time I've played it in a pickup, it's just been a 5-0 roll, because people typically suck a pile of dick at new maps.
Whereas you just masterminded it, you know, you deduced the best way to play. I find the same as well. I don't think I've been defeated on it yet in TF2 pickup. What perfect record there, CX. 2 games played.
I think
2 games won.
I've only played 1 game, but I did do 550 damage a minute, so...
Great map.
Great map.
That's how it goes with these new maps, though. It's like, every time it's played, you're going to end up with 6 people who love the map and 6 people who hate the map. It's like, if you lose, oh, this is a shit map.
Ooh, I think we're going live.
Yeah, we're going live here for this ETF2L Season 20, powered by TT Esports Premiership Qualifier. It's Lego versus Team Colonslash. Denmark versus France. We're going to the first mid here. And Dr. Phil is moving forward gingerly, but realizes that that Kalari rumour threat was going to be coming in, stealing his medpack and jumping over to the other side. So medpack domination here for the blue team, Team Colonslash. Dr. Phil is going to give away his life early. He's first blood. Kalari trades Josh getting the kill there, but it looks like Team Colonslash are going to take control of middle, because Lego just seemed to back off as soon as Phil was down. It's probably a smart move, but I don't think it was necessarily over. They didn't want to roll the dice though, CX.
No, and TC going to keep this momentum going through. Could be a misstep since they are actually a player down due to the respawns. They're going to keep trying to make their way in, but their soldiers taking a lot of damage now. Ramagan really struggling to get in, but they get another pick, and it should help them ease their way through choke. Still waiting for the last bit of Uber beater, is just holding far back on the balcony, and this allows TC to take all the ground. They're going to start the cap. Really passive hold so far from Lego, and I think they might not even try it at all. They might just concede it for free off the back of that Sorex pick. Maybe still quite passive.
Yeah, I feel like Sorex wanted to try and contest the choke there, but the rest of Lego just really pushed it out. Even though they didn't quite have their Uber, they would have had it in time if they'd gone and taken the fight, but they've just given up 2 points for free, and this is sort of the Lego of old, I'm expecting. Big bomb coming in though from Kalari, single bomb, gets the force. That shouldn't be happening, but now Lego are forced to go out and try and make the play here. They're looking to get onto Diablo Zen with the big surf into the sewer there. He's going to be able to pick up the kit. He is safe. Josh is down now. And Lego players continuing to try and move forward a little bit here, but I suspect the Frenchies will be pushing momentarily. Looks like they want to go from rollout. Ramagan getting buffs here. He's pocket now instead of medic, and it's the early Uber coming in. They just want to get these players onto the point and try and control these doors. The scouts have come into cap immediately after the heavies have moved forward and just pushed Lego back into their spawn, and that's going to be a well executed Uber advantage push there to make it 1-0 to Team Colonslash.
Yeah, clinical round. Like they looked like they wanted to set up a double soldier bomb. TC sort of delayed double soldier bomb on middle, but Dr. Phil lost the demo fight before and it even really came into play, and then just a clinical play throughout. Kalari's going to go fast again, all the way into the enemy serve. I think they saw him, and they're not really going to chase him, but he's coming up behind them here as TC boys go forward on middle. Here comes the soldier from behind. Now 100 damage onto the medic. Will finish the medic there. Kalari creates a distraction as well, but TC aren't really capitalising on it. They're struggling with a scout on their rock right now. Helberg will eventually go down, but scattered fighting right now. And Lego looks like they're going to have one last attempt at going aggressive to try and pick the low health Diablo down to 30 health. Here comes the soldier. The soldier's going to come in. Dr. Phil's going to come in as well. Dr. Phil gets 2. The scout's going to arrive. Sorex is going to clean him up, and suddenly this middle swings completely the other direction. Scout one-on-one with a point. Both down to low health. They're going to get the health pack. They're going to trade health packs and go for another fight, but the rollout from Kalari's quick, and that's going to force Sorex just to back it off. But he's actually backed off to the wrong side of mid, so he's behind him now. And I'll be interesting to see if Lego want to come back in and contest this, as the point's only half capped.
Yeah, I love that. Their coordinated bomb. Crizzle and Phil coming in from different sides. Nobody saw Phil as he carpet bombed the combo. Pretty epic. Sorex is still behind enemy lines there. Just goes down to Ramagan's rocket. But position and perhaps control here could favour Lego, but oh wow. It seems TC are just going to bust through choke. There was no spam there. They got free entry, and Lego are hemorrhaging players here. Dr. Phil's pretty weak. He's trying to back out. 20 health, gonna get gunned down by Knight, who runs forward, having killed off Josh already. Crizzle meets up with a beater here. Medic and Roamer backing up towards the lobby, but Sorex is respawned and he's trying to flank round to middle. He's not gonna... he can get the back cap. Is Crizzle going to realise this in time? Is he going to go for that block? Nobody's going for it. Sorex could have had that. Just touch the point.
They had Uber as well, like, all they needed to do was sacrifice that Uber just to get their soldier jumping onto the point, and that would have been a pretty comfortable block. You know, you're invulnerable, you can stand still while invulnerable. And now Sorex is actually going to do pretty well to trade in a 1v2 in IT against the other scouts. Kalari's going to go down, but he did get the force again. Kalari, wow. Again. Other side of a map, and Kalari's just making these solo plays right now, and it's going to force Josh to go for a difficult medic bomb. He can't even get close. So much space, good positioning from Diablo, and TC look like they've just set themselves up for another easy push to process last.
Maybe a little bit of inexperience shown here in Beater's Medican, or is he going to blame his teammates for not giving him the protection? But he's not gambling at all with his Uber, he's just popping every time, which maybe won't work out in this high stakes game. But Lego losing 3 players quickly to the Uber from TC as they came into last. They're just stacking the point again. Another well executed push. But another thing, whenever Sorex is going for that back cap, like, he's sort of notorious for not really saying much. He is Italian, but perhaps it wasn't called in time. Maybe that's why there was no coordination to go for that play. But we're on to another middle anyway, CX.
Yep, Kalari flying in early once again. He's going to get right on top of it. It's completely denied by Crizzle. Crizzle's going to take him, but he's going to take a lot of heat as well. Here comes the exchange of everyone else duking out from that high ground. It's looking pretty good for Lego right now in control of that high ground moving forward. Demoman's trying to spam up. He's getting a bit of ground, but he's separated himself from his medic. Now they're being forced out. Lego finally have a better middle and are able to force TC out, even though they didn't. Even though they're already 6 back up again right now.
Yeah, they don't give chase at all. Probably smart. It's going to be equal Ubers here. Skip jump coming in as Kalari goes flying past on his respawn rollout.
I think he was trying to get onto the medic, but he was going too fast and just sort of waved past the medic too quickly to really put a bomb onto him. And now he's kept himself behind, and he's sort of put the Lego players in a bit of a precarious position. They know exactly where Kalari is, but they're going to let him out and let him bomb. He's going to try and jump away again, not quite sure what Kalari was doing, not a lot of coordination going on. I don't know if TC are just, I guess, set to sit back and let Kalari go for these solo plays in the equal situation, and just hope he gets lucky. I mean, he's got lucky twice.
Early Uber Beater flashes Josh in. They have got the pop off from Ramgan and Diablo's in, but they're not really going to get much done with that. They're trying to regroup around Choke Dr. Phil as Beat Spire drop forward. He's going to be able to clean him up. Sorex getting credit for that kill, but that's an important pick on the demo man. And there's Crizzle coming in slightly ahead of his team, but he's done damage and he's sort of scattered players here. They can try and move forward. Lego looking a little sheepish to coming in, but there's 4 players on the flank here, and it's only Ramagan on the point. He gets focused down instantly. Big pipe from Phil. Hellberg's trying to go for that medic pick, but gets gunned down by Smurf, and now Lego find themselves short-handed. Josh is finding the frags here, but Sorex really needs to focus with him. They need to just play around their medic right now, but they will have a charge up if they can just keep Beater alive. 80% right now, huge advantage. They just need to play together. Beater walks forward and catches the pipe, and they're just going to throw bodies at the medic here. They have found Diablo Zen, French medic down, but Spar drop, big pipe. They're going to send Crizzle back to the spawn queue.
I'm seeing a big difference right now when you saw like that mistake from TC now where Sparadrap chased into middle where his pocket soldier chased the other way, left them divided. Saying that TC are really putting pressure onto mid here, forcing themselves in with the flank, but there's not a lot of health going around. But yeah, going back to that bomb, they chased different targets and it set it up for Lego to have a pretty comfortable repush, but it really wasn't the same sort of clinical play that we saw from TC when they were trying to take control of the enemy CP2 and last. We just saw the whole Lego push fall apart and we're kind of right back where we started.
Beater's taking advantage of the spawn, and we switch it up to crits, and he's currently got 75%, only 50 for Diablo Zen, who's on that Uber charge, so the crits will definitely be advantageous here. They're going to be pushing lower left with Phil, it looks like. They're going to find that this cluster of players here. He sees Knight on Sniper as well. Oh, headshot gonna come in on Beater there. I'm not sure if that call came in. Probably should have tried to hug the wall a little bit more, but Knight finds his mark there, and Beater has been domed. The crits didn't even really get anything done, not a single iota of damage done, and here comes that French Uber to ICX.
Yeah, look, I was on Dr. Phil's point of view. He was charging up a sticky, and then just as he was critted, he swapped to pipes. A bit of a miscommunication or a misclick from Phil, and now as the Uber comes out from TC, they're going to chase him out. Lots of pressure on Dr. Phil right now, but the heals will keep him in it. And it looks like TC are already moving into choke, getting really aggressive. Lots of pressure onto Phil. The demo's going to bomb in, but again, he's not quite as supported when he bombed into mid. They've taken a lot of damage, but haven't dropped a player yet. And they will stabilise, and there's only actually 20% in the U, but there's not a lot in it, really.
Yeah, I thought that force was going to be really costly for Lego, but Phil managing to get out and meet up with Beater around choke there. Was able to hold off the Frenchies. It currently is 2-0 to Team Colonslash, 20 minutes and 20 seconds left on the clock. The Frenchies are sitting quite passive because they know they're at a slight disadvantage here. We're going to see Josh, again, Beater Ubers early through that choke. They're trying to cover the distance quickly here. Phil with the flash as well. They hunt down the medic. They get their pick on Diablo's end, but they're heavily committed here and they don't control the high ground, and now they're just being pummeled by these remaining French players. Only Crizzle remains alive and he's about to get cleaned up. And even though they got that med pick, they probably overcommitted, or at least they needed the rest of their team to be right on their tails there to really dig them out of that hole, like that literal hole they were in standing on the low ground.
Yeah, the problem was as well, like, Beta had committed so hard, he wasn't just like where his heavies were, he was even like slightly ahead of his heavies, trying to hide under the ramp. He could have almost done with just like being a bit further back, sort of giving himself a bit of a chance, maybe baiting other people onto him. But in the end, even though there was a lot of damage traded, it ended up in TC's favour. And even these 50-50 fights just going in TC's favour, and with those early 2 rounds they got, starting to look pretty confident, but we still have 20 minutes left for it all to change.
As it stands now, both teams without Uber charge, but getting close to it. It's about 75 to 70. Team Colonslash in control middle here, playing very passive. They want to wait for the security of that Uber. They're 2 players down as well, having lost Kalari and Ramagan around those sewers. So they're going to probably just give up territory here. They don't even seem to want to fight for it and try and buy time for their spawns. They're comfortable in their 2-0 lead here. Now they've got a respawn scout and they're going to go for it. So they're going to have to pop really early here, coming through that tiny door. And this will allow Beater to milk his Uber for as long as he wants, really. He doesn't even have to pop, but they're sending players forward here. The Frenchies have committed hard to this, but they've managed to find the frags. Knight onto Crizzle, then onto Phil at choke. And now the Uber comes in, but already Lego are 2 down, so they've been forced into a situation where they feel they need to commit here, but they're really not going to get any more frags. They should probably just try and stack this point, but be prepared to leave pretty soon.
Looks like TC want to go for it. Beta's going to start falling back now. The soldier's separated from him. Josh is going to try and jump out, but takes just dilly-dallies on his way out. And now Beta's going for swords. He gets one. He's juking around this demo. And he's got backup from his soldier now. Beta's actually going to get the slice on Night Terror, but he will cost him his life. And there's only a couple of players in now, and they can't really do much here. Actually, did Crizzle get the medic now towards the end?
Yeah, somehow. I was watching him, he was just like standing watching Beater die, and I was like, are you not going to jump in there? But he did get the medic pick, so I guess he was happy with the just trade medics there. He couldn't have really got much more done considering everyone was being buffed on the French side. But they're going to lose mid, they're going to regroup around the red Spire here. Medics both spawning at the same time, no advantages to be gained there, no one going crits either, and no snipers. But like, are we not going to see Helberg whipping out the scope at some point?
Dunno, he went onto it for a last hold earlier and obviously got that medic pick. No, that was the other way around. No, we've been seeing him on sniper defensively, but nothing's really come of it. And now it looks like, I imagine we might just see a single Kalari play again. Although it looks like they're pretty defensive. Kalari's just going to have a peek in IT. But if the money's going to be on anyone to try and make something happen, it's going to be him. Everyone else seems pretty static.
I'm going to call it, man. Kalari's going to come flying in on a single bomb through like 4 or 5 Lego players and force Beater to pop. It's going to happen. Mark my words.
They both have Uber. Kalari has a lot of health, but he's just peeking around IT right now. It looks like they actually want to go for sort of a far side Surs push.
Here he goes.
Trying to peek out those doors. Kalari goes down. They're putting a lot of pressure on, but as soon as Kalari goes down, they just back it up straight away. Really safe and sensible play from TC. And Lego are going to attempt to push again, but they've fallen down and this hurdle quite a few times already, and they will pop first. Diablo is going to pop back, but Nasuba's being split up quite a bit. It's a little bit messy for Lego right now. A scout's going to be separated in as well. Sorek's forced down in the 1v2. Dr. Phil's going to try and put the pressure on that choke, delay them coming in, trying to shut them down, but they don't want to give up this choke hold. There is players trying to go around in Surs. In fact, the whole combo is coming around in Surs from TC. They're going to go far side again. and we should be able to get through pretty easily, but the scouts and Dr. Phil pressuring them again. Hellberg will get picked off though. Even though Dr. Phil does seem to be putting out pretty good consistent damage, they can't hold back and contain the TC team right now. They're going to keep walking forward. Dr. Phil's doing his best, but they're all being forced back, and TC are just slowly but surely gaining ground onto that point.
The problem for me was that Lego decided to take the fight whenever they were down in that little hollow just in front of the choke, and like that's probably the worst place to fight at this point. And they took a lot of damage, lost a player, and then just got slowly pushed back from there, even though they tried to take the high ground. But like, it's really a bad idea to try and defend from there if you don't have charge, at least. If you don't want to commit. But there's the quick deck got to kill off Kalari for once.
He didn't get in. Moves Kalari's sort of med force on last ratio back down to 2 out of 3. And now I imagine, are we just going to wait for it again? Is this just TC strategy? Just believe in Kalari?
They're going to let him snipe. Kalari coming up on the scope here, and he's moving forward into the sewer. They're maybe expecting Lego to push out here, but even though I expect Lego to never push, I wouldn't push in this situation. It's 50 minutes left on the clock. You're only 2 rounds down. Going to sit back, try and use the defender's advantage here, but they're playing a dangerous game if Kalari manages to find the angle.
But at least I want to come in left, trying to find the angle for Kalari, but he has to deal with a counter snipe of Hellberg, and Dr. Phil and I think it is Krizzle is putting a lot of pressure on that lobby, really denying him. But they are trading quite a lot of damage and don't seem to be healing quite as fast as TC. But I believe ultimately it's going to come down to that sniper picking. Kalari will get the body shot first. They might be able to trade for scouts. They're still trying to pressure back Kalari, and Hellberg will eventually win the duel. But it looks like they've swapped all the way over, and TC were going to go for a bottom left push, but as soon as Kalari went down, they just sort of pulled the reins back and just delayed once again. But Lego, again, like you said last time, they're happy to take lobby over, but they don't want to go any further, really.
I'd like to see Hellberg, or I would have liked to see him roll the dice there. As soon as he got that sniper pick, just like try and rush forward and hit the hero headshot there, but they waited long enough for the respawn to come in. Kalari's back up and he's still playing sniper. He's charging up a body shot here. He's looking towards Phil. Phil catches it, but it's the rocket from Ramagan that finishes him off. And no demo, man. That's a soft pick to give away there. They're going to be able to come in. They're actually going to Uber. They're just looking for the straight up trade here. Beater's hiding though, and they missed him, so he's milked it by a few seconds. Great opportunity for Josh to do a lot of damage, but they have to stay near the point. It's almost capped, and Josh seems reluctant to push forward in this, so... Oh, big air shot coming out there as Ramagan came from behind Josh with those anti-airs, and now they might feel confident in pushing 3 players down for Team Colonslash, and one of their players that's alive is a sniper, easy to rush, but he's got one shot here. He's looking for the shot on the Phil again. Nobody's pressuring forward here. I mean, Phil decides to cap instead of just going forward and smashing those players. They do get the cap, but they've lost their demo man, so the repush will be imminent from TC against CX.
Yeah, they've got room for Kalari on sniper right now. Kalari just has to hit 1 or 2 shots in this push. This push is over without him even hitting a shot. But yeah, I was about to turn that last. It looked like no one had seen Ramagan go up there. It looked like an imminent disaster. And then Josh just turns around and just 2 shots him out of the air. And now we're going to see the Uber come in. And there is a small advantage, but I don't think they know about this. I think it was just slightly better building by 1. And in fact, they're going to lose Kalari, so that's definitely going to put a halt on their push. And in fact, Lego might be willing to go off that Kalari pick. No, who am I kidding?
They should be getting worried now. You know, it's getting close to 10 minutes. And this map can be quite slow to move between the points. Here comes the Uber out. They're going to lead with Josh. Beater gets launched on the stickies. But the counter Uber from TC has gone straight through the lobby. They found a frag onto Krizzle on the flank, and now they're going for last. Diable Zen is trying to run out, but runs into Sorex, and it seems like Ramagan couldn't escape either, so maybe that was a little bit of a bait play there from Lego, but at least they reacted very quickly, dealt with that threat of the back cap, got 2 big picks. Kalari hiding underneath the spy.
They've let a scout through lobby though, actually. He's going to last.
Smurf's going for last.
Soldier's running out, he skip jumped away. He didn't see him, and they're going to steal last. Oh wow. I thought that initial Uber from Josh was really poor. Like, I don't think it was an intentional bait, but it did accidentally bait Ramagan into taking an even worse Uber into last and getting his medic killed as well as himself, and just set Lego up for a push out. And then just little things like that, like no one covered IT, and it's all over. And now we see the fast rollout again. Kalari trying to pressure and win that early high ground battle. Now Sparrow Dam trying to come forward as well. Lego trying to take the high ground. Very passive to spammy middle from both teams so far. No one really wants to commit much further than a point right now until Smurf goes piling across middle. Going to win that high ground, and now all the Lego players are stuck in the low ground, and they're just going to be picked off one by one. The remaining few players are going to have to fall back.
Yeah, that's going to be really hard for Lego to come back, and just the sort of the mental aspect there. They'd wait it and wait it for the right moment.
Wow, nice from Sorex, just saw himself get cut off by the sticky, so just decided to take the demo with him. Dr. Phil gets a pick on the pocket as well at the same time. And even though there's a lot of cap time, I think they're going to want to block this. Here comes the soldier. They should be able to force Diabo in a pretty poor position, and Vita's tucked away safely. They're going to sacrifice Crizzle, leave him out to die. And now they're going to move forward steadily as a team, and they have a whole Uber in the bag to take into choke. And Ramiga's actually going to go in for force, going to get all over Vita. Vita will pop. Better pop that time, he had to really, and they're going to take this Uber to jump through choke. Here comes the soldier straight into some stickies. Phil's coming as well. They've got to get TC off the high ground now. It's going to be really difficult for them, and no one seems to want to commit into that high ground. And this push is looking like it's taking too long for Lego, and we're going to lose Hellberg, and that might just seal the deal right there. Hesitancy from Lego team here.
Yeah, got to point the finger of blame at their heavies there. Even if their soldiers didn't have 300 health, they can still jump there, and if Phil can focus those stickies, the scouts will surely keep them safe on the low ground. But they didn't react quick enough. They caught a lot of spam. I guess they were a bit bunched up, but yeah, absolutely just hesitated there. There wasn't the clear vision of what they needed to do, and right now there's an Uber coming in from underneath. Peter's probably gonna get it. 98, 99, 100. He's gonna pop it off. Just in the nick of time there. Couldn't curse him as much as I tried, CX. They did manage to lose two anyway. Phil and Sorex going down. I think Sorex died earlier. He's just about to respawn. But the fight continues here. Lego not willing to give it up. And Beater's doing his best to keep Josh alive, but he does eventually go down. Sorex is coming in on the respawn looking for the cleanup, but the health is just still pretty strong there for Team Colonslash. No weak players for him to find. He does escape, but Phil respawns to go straight into the combo here. Trying to find the big damage, but not really doing much at all, and he's left Sorex in an impossible situation here, and it looks like TC are going to make it 4-0.
Yeah, it's starting to look a little bit beyond Lego right now. Just even when Lego do get sort of win that 50-50 scrappy fight or get something a bit fortunate happen, they don't seem to have the cohesion or to like turn it into anything actually on the boards, anything practical, any points, or let alone a whole round. And now we go to mid again. And a pipe on Kalari will make him weak, but there was enough damage on Phil to take him down. And now TC are piling across from mid. 2 picks already, and this will be a comfortable middle for them, not dropping a single player. We're going to chase the scout down as well. Sorex goes down. And TC are looking like they want to end this sooner rather than later.
Seems like Dr. Phil's middles, like his rollouts, have been a mixed bag, and he's find himself caught out in that sort of no man's land a few times. Like, if he knows he's slow, like, don't go in there, don't give Kalari the chance to take him out right at the start of middle. At least Lego read it again and just backed out immediately, but like, he's not doing his team any favours here. There's only 7 minutes and 35 seconds left. They're 4 rounds behind. They need to come up with big plays right now. They probably need to push out from here, to be honest. But it is match point at the same time, you know. You're going to lose either way. Like, take the risk, take the gamble.
Yeah, you're either going to lose right now or you're going to lose in 7 minutes. So it doesn't really look like they have much of a plan. I mean, Hellberg's not on sniper, so maybe they're planning a push, but there's no real movement from a heavies to suggest now. They're just spamming. And their biggest enemy right now is the clock. They're just going to run out of time.
Yeah, this is a Ips/classic mix-up strategy, you know, hold outside. Never push last if you're in the lead, just sit on that Spire they're holding from PC here, but there's sticky set there from Sparrow Drabs.
Wow,
Kalari!
Huge play from Kalari now to pick up the combo, and now we're just going to pile into last. Vita still has the Uber, he's going to save his scout. We do get 1 pick as TC try and come in, but this is going to be an uphill struggle from Lego. They're going to try and focus down at Demo Man, but Sorex actually gets piped before he goes down. They're trying to fight for players, but just health and numbers are not on their side. They're going to get taken out, but point will be capped. Dr. Phil and the soldier can't arrive in time, and that's a quick, well, I say quick, like a 23 minute 5-0 from TC on Lego's choice of map.
Yeah, it is looking pretty grim for them right now. I'm trying to look for the glimmer of hope here. I suppose we'll look at the logs. We'll see what they tell. But pretty convincing from Team Colonslash so far. I will whip up the log.
I'm relying on you to whip up the logs here.
Yeah, here we go. So, although it was a 5-0, it did at least last 23 minutes there. Top damage Ramagan on 300, Sparred wrapped the spine him on 294, which is probably pretty respectable considering the sticky nerf. Sorex top damaging for his team. This kid is a beast, really. If there's like other players in the team doing damage that he can follow up on, you know, you can expect to see him getting 30 plus frags a game, but he only managed 19 for 2 for 14 this time, but 286.
He's still top fragged.
Yeah, true. Oh, he top fragged in the game as well.
Yeah, the game, not just his team. Like
he plays a lot. Like he's crazy good. But looking at Beater there, like the sort of combo action from Lego looks a bit limited. He only got 6 assists compared to 14 from Diabal Zen. Like that just sort of, although we saw them firsthand, like a lot of their pushes weren't really that successful, or was they maybe got that med pick like the one time we saw they totally sacrificed their position and got smashed anyway. But the stats
really low damage just from all the sort of Lego heavies right there, like especially Josh and Crizzle. Like I know Kalari's only just above them, but then you think of all the picks Kalari got, and all the plays, all the forces he got. Like it may not represent him with damage stats, but in terms, you know, when we always say if there was a log for Uber's forced,
yeah,
he certainly made a lot of them. But yeah, it sort of tells the story of the game.
Look at Hellberg, man. 2 frags, 6 assists, and 13 deaths. 148 damage per minute. Those are not Premiership scout numbers.
Yeah,
that's like me in a TF2 pickup or something. What the hell?
Well, on Scout, yeah, he went 1 for 13. All his deaths were on Scout. He didn't die a sniper. He went 1 for 13.
So he was 1 for 13. What? Step it up, Hellberg.
Kadas drop in the insightful feedback saying Lego are so bad, lol. Pretty much summarizes the whole thing, really. Do we know where the next map is? Where we say it was...
Yeah, man. By way of a segue, we're going to go to Kadis' favourite map, Snakewater.